whittling inside, finishes, and the foul.
And throws it down.
Leonard with swagger in his gait. Trying to untie it. He does!
A 5-point lead for the Magic. George, one-on-one.
That's the thing as a young player. He's taken 3 shots, and they've all been threes as opposed to maybe putting it on the ground and getting to the rim. And great read by Gasol there.
Here's Paul George, just 3 for 10 from the floor. He'll try this three-pointer, and he...
Raptors' second-best record in the league behind only Milwaukee as Leonard bringing this Magic defense to its knees tonight.
Leading going into the fourth quarter as George slips his way down.
That's the best set. Luka Doncic up and watch out. Here we go.
George.
He's had all night.
Vucevic intercepted. Guess who? Leonard is everywhere.
That are yet built for the postseason that can have success when it gets harder. Although that was pretty easy right there for Kawhi.
Gord now taking his turn on Leonard. Leonard, 31 points. Pulls up from deep. He's got it!
Player in the NBA, Russell Westbrook. Paul George flipping it in. On Bryant for the basket. George shoots over the top of him. George well beyond the arc. That's a three.
Crowd wanted a foul, as you might expect from the partisans in this building. Leonard on the drive and the jam.
And 5 seconds is what they have to get this shot off.
Ross had that one deflected by Gasol. Look at Kawhi Leonard taking the bump.
And he wanted to discontinue for the lead. Paul George. George takes it strong. Source to
George. Westbrook spreads the floor. George slaps away the hand. Gordon spinning and stripped by Gasol. Hit the deck very hard. Leonard spinning at the other end past Augustine.
Kawhi says today he feels fine. Everyone in the organization said he's got no problems. So far 0 for 1. Make that 1 for 2.
Jardy looked pretty good on that drive. So tonight, Zach Zarber, long-lost brothers. As here comes Leonard down the paint. Going glass again. Right through the teeth of the defense.
They always like to bounce back after a bad performance. Flu-like symptoms or not, there's another deflection and steal.
Leonard!
Oh, my goodness.
Look at the...
guys like Paul George, Lillard, Westbrook. George falling away. Right up. C.J. McCollum so dangerous on the offensive end. George, a series of moves. Oh, my. Paul George gets free. Hardaway in pursuit. George in rhythm. At the bucket.
Look at that Laker bench taking responsibility. Bradley Beal with a hand in his face.
George.
I think Toronto is comfortable with Embiid shooting from the outside and settling at times. Leonard squares, connects.
Able to get the friendly bounce.
And that's the third Philly turnover. Backdoor! Big finish!
George flares.
3 and the restricted area 2s for Houston.
George Stanley, and here comes Westbrook hitting ahead for Paul George. Drives on Winslow and finishes.
Leonard doubled Lowry in the corner. 3. Air ball scooped up. Kawhi and 1. The Raptors.
And you're no longer taking the lead by surprise.
Paul George taking it to the rim.
Like a mini Giannis. He's a freight train in the open floor.
7-0 burst by Philly. Leonard in for the rock attack.
You're right. There has to be some kind of balance to it. Lines up with the free throw.
Adams. George left open. He dials it. Another possession out to Westbrook. The lob. George fits.
Right now the energy level is picking up for the Thunder.
George.
I thought it was off of Gasol's leg. 25 for Leonard.
In and out, Gasol bats it over the green.
And when you got a guy like Gasol that can pass it again.
The claw with the...
You know, that is unacceptable in the postseason.
Green the steal. Finds the trailing Lowry, and then Leonard. It is all Raptors here in Orlando.
The kind of passion that Jordan is playing with from everybody else. And
Leonard again.
Through the offensive end, if I'm Greg Popovich.
We've tried to find out from Oklahoma City with the three right here.
George fires up the 2.
Opportunity against Leonard.
On an island. Leonard. Marjanovic ranged over, but it's one-on-one. It's a fit. Leonard looking to weave his way. He does. Beautiful spin.
Back to the
He played 44 games with the Knicks back in '87 and '88. Paul George scoots inside.
George feeling it for 3. Got it.
And with a Lorenzo Williams reference. You can get the production come on that.
Oh, Paul George.
And again, Marcus, it's the bounce passes that are too slow to get.
Kawhi Leonard. Rebounding numbers in favor of Philly. 31-20. Denied!
8 more in this second round. Oh, I remember the Raptors are going to involve him in a lot of...
They had that entire free throw line covered. He couldn't turn the corner.
Contested. Leonard.
Portland swept the Thunder in back as George nailed
A 9-0 advantage. They can do it again right here.
The young fans, you know, they need to see some of
Yeah.
names on that list.
Lowest scoring point total in a quarter in the playoffs. 16. Oh, Leonard!
Being behind early by a dozen. That's George.
Van Vliet there defensively. And he lost it. 3-on-1 developing. Lowry gives it up. Leonard! Big finish! Leonard against Simmons. Little fend off. And the fadeaway is smooth. Get it inside. Gasol. Cutter. Leonard! The throwdown.
George, spot up 3. Buries it. 10-point Thunder lead. George knifing down the lane. Oh, the nifty ball.
It's Sonya. George, a little shake and bake.
Leonard. Getting physical with Ennis. 9 to shoot. Leonard hangs. Leonard.
Philly on the verge of being swept. Now all of a sudden this thing gets really interesting, but they're able to hold on here.
Leonard gets it in for Lowry. Curl, Siakam the push shot. Box out, easy one, and the foul.
Duos in the NBA from the guard position is Paul.
I mean, you're flat out seeing some amazing athletes go at it tonight.
And there's Leonard out top. His team up by 5. Oh, got free on the baseline and punches.
Simmons didn't bite. Leonard leans, big shot goes.
Kawhi Leonard 6 to shoot. Looking for some room. Oh! Ennis trying to guard Kawhi Leonard. Quick spin, gets inside and throws it down. Held him to 1 of 12 on threes in their first meeting. George, what a beautiful...
By a long shot is what's always on my mind. So, Paul.
Yes.
Doubt about it. About your preparation for the game. It's a thing of beauty.
He doesn't have that much detail as Leonard with the left hand.
And Adams. George drives and finishes.
There's a truck and they make the call.
George. Oh my.
See, they'll run it. Switches. Fires a long one.
Aggressive here for the Sixers.
Oh, Van Vliet just picked the pocket of Embiid. Powell gives it up. Leonard, big finish. To the clock, 5 seconds. Leonard makes his move.
Stevenson all over George. Finally draws the foul. Shot's good and 1.
Those two guys are good friends and play a lot of video games together while they're on the road.
2. George open for 3 on the step back.
Well, that's got to be what 3 missed. 14 points tonight on over 50% shooting. George with 3
in the first quarter. Kyrie taking on the defensive challenge. Paul George.
Field goal percentage.
Westbrook has struggled and averages a triple-double.
He's had some injury issues. As Paul George smokes the...
Paul George for 3.
Yes. As Noel has to save that pass. Setting up another George try. Cullen had it knocked away and a steal by George. George got away from everybody and dead. Well, it's easy to underappreciate the career of Will Chamberlain. It's not hard to appreciate Paul George. 5 against Brogdon, puts it up, hits it.
Kind of hand on that one. The
Paul George is there.
Leads the NBA in assists. Harden is 5th in the NBA. Is George, count it, stays in the game. Meanwhile, OKC's missed their last 10 shots, and that streak back in. Thunder stays down defensively. George gets behind the pack.
After he had given Dallas the lead, 95-93. Oh, a quick stop and pop three, Paul George.
Lowry being a little more of a distributor this year, I think, is a healthier mix for them.
Off the rebound, it's kept alive. George for three. Tight one. There's a pass got deflected by Paul George. Hip to hip with Nurkic. All the way to the rim.
Their step for the Knicks now.
Especially at this end of the floor.
Better body language.
George banks it home.
George rising over Fournier.
11 out of the last 12 games. George, the hesitation, takes the bump.
George against Tatum. Straightaway three.
You're the Thunder make this Laker team play half court out.
George to the rim, lays it up. 4 on the 24, George. Count it!
Is on the All-Star Paul George. Well, he's not on him anymore. The basket is good.
George open on the catch fire three, and then
Miami again down by 19. 8:27 left. George
leaves it up to George. Thought about that three instead. Spins on Arcidiacono.
Detroit Pistons. He's down 5 for 6 from three-point land. George. Pace of the game. George continues.
Gotta phase it up.
What do you got to get back to in this fourth?
Well, been a factor in the paint. And this guy has been
We got to keep this up.
George!
by 20. Paul George.
Adams keeps the possession alive. George.
It's responded to an OKC run with one of their own. George for three.
Paul George.
Too, Mike.
Oh, beautiful pass. And here's George. Puts it on the floor. Gets past two guys. Stuffs it on the freak. Bledsoe buries a three. A touch
at some point, and he does. The three ball quickly. Got it! And one! My George! Paul on the job!
That's it.
Simmons
In that first quarter, and a save by Adams. George up ahead, throws it down. Gives it up. Good ball movement. George for three. Got it. He said, I knew it. George pulls up for three. Buries it. 8 straight. At 8. George gets Mitchell off his feet. It ties the game with a three. It ends up being Thunderball anyway, and a breakaway for George. And a stop.
How about that overtime game? 3 minutes left. Down 2, and you go with a
Against a great player. Ties the season high with 38. Mitchell. George double clutches as he nails the 15-footer. They're not going to use it. George with 5. George drives over Gobert. It's good with a 10th timeout Utah.
And that's why you don't call a foul not a foul, but a timeout right there. You have your best player on the floor right now with the basketball.
Again, Simmons with a timer now at 3. Goes into the paint, hangs, and finishes with one hand.
Senders for the Sixers in this game.
Just the 5th shot of the night. Oh, Leonard!
And nothing run by Toronto. The shot clock at 4. And a strip by Leonard. Lowry, great save as he was falling. Leonard takes it all the way for the slam. Could this be their last game as members of the Sixers as Leonard takes it to the rim?